sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles coming up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't without having those types of attributes, and this is what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now it's Mahomes again. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And fights through one man, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's 3rd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there, and they were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you've got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake, but when that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself, if I left my offense on the field, would they be able to pick that up? You could run a nice play and not get that distance.
A first carry for Samaje Perine, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him for a loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That really sets him back, a loss of 6. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And he is going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take this deep in his own territory. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. And that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Michael Dana. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle with Barkley. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down and 13. Here's Hurts to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That's taken at around the 40. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Motion man right is Rice. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Over the middle, that's caught by Willis. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Up the middle, here's Pirine. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Offside, defense.
And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Mahomes. That's complete right around the 80. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to it.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll look to throw again. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense ready to go again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you try and score when given the opportunity.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Mahomes going to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes, maybe a free play. And that was knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And here's Matt Araiza now. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Now come the Eagles now as he'll first here in the 3rd quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really...
Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike. That'll be caught. And he's going to get out of bounds at least. So the fake spike does yield a completion. But that's a big risk to run there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They'll go to Barkley again. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Back to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That one downfield for Dotson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to Fong and close this one out. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pacheco gets it up the gut, and this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
In motion, the tight end Kelsey. To throw, it's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Throwing is Hurts. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
The Chiefs take over first.
The Chiefs offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. Folks, welcome.